Hi, I'm Lindsay. Welcome to Dutch Hollow Acres. This is a place where you can click, listen, and connect to all things countryside. And today I want you to go grab a cup of coffee or, I don't know, a scotch and sit back. And we're going to discuss all things animals, life, farm, fun, and some resolutions here on Dutch Hollow Acres. So let's get into it. I usually podcast, so those of you that are stuck on YouTube watching this, I do apologize. I don't know what to do with the intro music, and you got to watch me dance. But anyways, it's 2024. I've been running my farm since 2008 as a business. And there's this fun thing where everybody's like, oh, I got a farm. And they ask you how many animals you have. And then they're like, well, do you make money at that? And the answer for a lot of you is yes. But the question is, when do you become a hobby farmer, and how do you transition that into profit farming? So one of the things I want to go over with you guys is like a little step-by-step guide on how to do all this and actually how to figure out how to transition and get into hobby versus, profit farming. The number one thing is a business plan. I mean, profit means business. Therefore, you should write a business plan. You want to develop one clearly, have a goal, have settings, make sure they're realistic, understand your finances. Becoming a farm and actually working on that, you can backdate your finances up to 3 years. So if you haven't been, and this is your first year where you're starting to think about becoming a profit farm, write down all of your expenses, save all of your receipts, have a true understanding of what it is, the cost of having your farm. And that's going to help you understand how much profit you're going to bring in or how much revenue you can bring in, and what, if at all, the possibility of turning a profit and actually making money off your farm is going to be. So set those goals, understand your expenses, do your market research, and figure out what that's going to be. That's all in a business plan. You don't have to do this alone. A lot of you guys have no idea that there are a ton of resources out there for you. So what you want to do is check out your local ag extension. Here in New York State, that's the Cornell Cooperative Extension. There is a lot of help for every single county that you have. So go check them out. Another option is your local farm bureau. Between the Cornell and whatever state you're in, for the Cornell Ag Extension and the New York State Farm Bureau, those two places have courses to help you write your business plan, understand your farm, what your products are going to be, help you set it all up, start to finish. Go check them out. Beautiful resources. You don't have to be rich to go for these classes. They actually are income based on what you need to pay. We're talking anything from nothing to maybe $100 to $200 out of your pocket for a full semester quality course. These can be done online. You don't have to be there physically in person. If you have issues getting to resources where you can do that, check out your local colleges and universities. They do a lot of times have private rooms you can rent and computers you can loan out where you can actually go and log in, because these are not live classes half the time. You can go back and get those courses at your own schedule. So they've tried to take all the roadblocks out of the way and purposely make it so you can transition from a hobby farm to a profit farm. Farms are food. Farms are fiber. Farms are, they work so much with you to be able to get what you need to make yourself an actual farmer. They'll also let you know cool things like, did you know you need to bring in $10,000 of revenue onto your farm before you can even start? So there's one thing. There's a goal for 2024. See if you can bring in $10,000 of revenue on your farm. If you can do that, you can then make your way to the next phase. Until you can bring in 10 grand minimum a year, don't even try. For you horse people, that does not mean you can bring in 10 grand a year. You actually have to have, I believe, 10 horses on your farm for boarding to be able to be considered a horse business. But check with your local ag extensions. Make sure that information is correct. Don't take it off of YouTube. I don't care who you are. Go find a professional. Let's see here. Check with your local offices. I mean, there are a lot. If you don't currently have a farm, or even if you do, you might not be able to scale your business up because your property that you have can't house that much livestock. Maybe this is a good time for me to tell you that I kill plants. If you've come to this channel and are looking for information on how to plant and garden and grow a business and a farming enterprise based on green things, go someplace else. I kill things that are green. I'm only good at livestock. So if that is something that you're interested in, for now, go elsewhere. I do have some planting advice, but usually it is how to better provide for your livestock. What are some trees that you can put in there? What are some shrubs you can put in there? What are things you can grow to feed your livestock? But I'm not good at planting tomatoes and making them go. I'm not a gardener, so just so you know. But anyways, go back, find out your zoning laws, figure out what you can have. If you need to have things to make your farm go and grow better, and they involve heavy traffic or heavy machinery in any way, shape, or form, make sure you understand those ag laws to see what you can and cannot bring onto your property with regular frequency. Yeah, your 3,000-4,000 pound road can handle local deliveries every once in a while, but they might not want a lot of semi-truck deliveries or, big vehicles on there because it's going to destroy the road. So go talk to those folks. Remember how I told you don't have to do this alone? There's tons of money out there, and there are ways to get it, and there are low-interest loans to help you first build your business. I know the Cornell Ag Extension, I believe in the next month here, has a free seminar day, a Get to Know Your Farmer or Become a Farmer Day, where it's a whole day. You get to sit down with financial planners and advisors who will literally go through and help you with this process. They actually bring in banks who will literally sit there and help you figure out a business plan and a business model that will work with you and how that bank can work with you to make sure you get the funding that you need. So you don't have to sit there and do this alone. I will warn you, most of us, me included, have a daytime job. We do farm, we do make a profit at it, but there's no way we can make a living on it. Do not confuse profit with a living wage. I am a for-profit farm, but I pay myself nothing. By profit, I mean anywhere from $400 to $1,000 a year is what I make above and beyond what it takes to keep this farm going. So I bring in about $29,000 to $35,000 a year with my farm, but that's not enough for me to live on because I can't take, $400 of profit that I made that year and include my wages on that. So I do have a daytime job. Make sure you understand that. If you are looking to do this as a full-time thing where this is your income as well, you're going to need to build that into your business plan. To understand all those costs, go find my video called The 14-Hour Farmer. I break that all out for you. I'll try to put it in one of these. Ooh, bam. I'll try to put it in one of these corners if you're on YouTube so you can see it. If you're in the show notes, you can see it as well. But go check it out so you understand how many hours a week it takes to farm and what those costs are. Another thing is marketing strategies. Go to your farmer's market. Find out what they're selling their products for. And yes, I did say farmer's market. You do realize that they sell more things than green things right there. So if you're doing a meat or a dairy product or goat milk soaps, anything, fiber, if you're making fiber things, if you're anything, food, fiber, fabrics, whatever it is, go check them out, price them out, see if that price that your competitors are selling at is something that you can do as well. And if that is something that will allow you to make a profit, or if they are undercutting to the point that it's not going to be a profitable business for you, which is fine. People will pay more, but what are you going to give them for that amount that they're going to pay? What is your extra? What is your bonus? I do have high price tags on the goats that I sell, but with that, you get me. I'm a licensed veterinary technician. I can help you with some medical advice. I can't diagnose or prescribe, but I can help you with issues along the way. I give them medical quick charts that they get with each one. I give them, biometrics on each animal. I make sure they're all registered. There's a ton of things I give them for the amount they're buying their animal for. So what is your strategy? How are you going to ask that higher price for something? I think we just touched on this one. I said scaling up operations, and same thing. If you're going to scale up, make sure that you can actually scale up. I have 11 acres. There's only so much I can do on 11 acres with livestock. If you want to be able to do a lot of rotational grazing and be able to put high density volume grazing on there, it's hard to do with 11 acres, especially when half of it is a swamp out this window over here. Literally, there's a swamp out my window. I have about 6.5 acres of my 11 that I can play with. I can't do high density grazing. I had to pick a livestock that would be suitable for the land that I had. That's why I don't have sheep. Sheep graze down. That's why I don't have cattle. Cattle require a lot. I have goats. Goats eat up. I have scrub brush and poison ivy and horrible conditions that most animals would not like, but goats love. So that is why I have goats. My farm, my property cater to that, and chickens, because chickens are awesome and they go everywhere. And once you start with one, you have 90. And I don't know how. And then you either have a shit ton of eggs, excuse my language, or none at all. I'm at the none at all phase right now. Hey, did you know one other thing you need to take into account when you're doing all this and figuring out your finances? You need insurance. Your farm needs to be insured. You have liability insurance. Did you want to sell at a farmer's market? That's fine. Insurance. Did you want to have people and do an ag tourism where people are coming onto your property? That's fine. You need insurance. If you're going to have any person work with and touch animals, you need insurance. These are all different policies, by the way. That's crazy. Another thing to consider is the fact that, great, you have all these insurance policies and something still goes wrong. You're going to probably want to make sure that your farm is not tied to you, because if you do get sued, they can take everything from you. So you might want to migrate that into an LLC, a limited liability corporation. There are a lot of ways to do this for free, or you can work with an attorney. And a lot of times an attorney is not a bad thing to have in your pocket, whether you like it or not. But, build that relationship with your insurance agent and your attorney, because if something goes wrong, you need them. Trust me, because people are mean. I mean, they can trip in a root or a divot on your farm and just make your lives miserable. I hate to say it, but it can happen. Heaven forbid if, a goat headbutts a kid. Ugh, don't even want to think about it. Hey, as I said, you're not alone. Tons of network. You're here. You're listening to this podcast. There's information out there. Deep dive in. Do the big splash. Figure everything out that you want. 2024 can be your year to make that difference. Don't rush in. As I said from before, if you're just starting this process out, even if you got the chickens and the goats and whatever, the alpacas on your farm, stop. Take a step back. Understand your finances. Understand where you're going. Follow your plan, because you're going to need a plan if you're going to migrate. The last thing you want is to be audited and have no business plan to follow. And that auditor goes, well, you obviously don't take profit seriously, so you're going to have to pay all of your back taxes that you've been deferring. And with that, I think that's everything for this little short podcasty kind of video cast thing I've got going on here. So, thank you. You're here still again we're Dutch Hollow Acres. If you enjoyed these adventures and insight, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Ring that bell for some more updates. Click, listen, connect to the countryside. Bring those farm tales to your tech no matter where you are with Dutch Hollow Acres. That was cheesy, but here you go. Outro music. Yay! Yes! We're gonna farm. Woo! Farming! See you next time. Dutch Hollow Acres. Like and subscribe? I don't know. I should have thought this out better. Oh, who cares? Figure this is a blooper thing. I forgot how long my outro was.